Hello, today is 15th of April of 2020. Today I want to talk about Brad Pitt, this famous actor. I think nowadays everybody is talking about on these dates about COVID-19. But I was asking myself what's happening right now with Brad Pitt, and well, at least there's not so much that have been changed nowadays. Um, well, I have heard about the divorce of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie before. I heard about the relationship that Brad Pitt had with Jennifer Aniston. So it's interesting to know that Brad Pitt. I know that it's pretty famous, and a lot of people knows who's Brad Pitt. Is not like not knowing who's the president of Mexico, like example. But when you listen Brad Pitt, well, everybody knows who's Brad Pitt. Because everybody, or almost everybody, is watching his movies. I understand that there's a lot of people around the world that maybe doesn't have TV, but well, I'm not going throughout that point. I'm going throughout the point of saying that Brad Pitt, the original name of Brad Pitt is Brilliant Bradley Pitt, and was born at 18th of December of 1963. He's having now 60 years old, and he was born on Oklahoma, on United States. His religion is agnostic, and the political party that he's in is Democrat. And he's 5 feet with 11 inches tall. He is 172 of weight, and obviously his eyes are blue. He's he's blonde, and there's a lot of things that I know that you already know. I have heard on the news that he's having little troubles with alcoholism. That's why he was get divorced from Angelina Jolie. At least with Jennifer Aniston, I have not listened anything like that, any kind of this news. But I think, I pretty like how much Brad Pitt is acting, and I have heard too that he's trying to stop being an actor anymore, to stop filming movies and all kind of things. He's thinking on it. The last winning Oscar was dedicated to their son, so that's a pretty good announcement from him. And I think Brad Pitt is a pretty good person because he have opened different organizations to support to the poor people. So that means that he have done a lot of things for the poor people, and for the people in Africa, and people all around the world. So starting to search out the salary. His daily salary, this is an approximated salary, is between 38,000 461 dollars a day. Okay, so in a week, he wins like an average 192,000 of dollars, and in a whole year he's approximately winning like $10 million. But at least in other movies that he have made, he have in his pocket like $31 million on his pocket. So that's pretty interesting to know, because obviously he's spending on their own things, but at least he is doing a lot of things for other people too. And I think he's a very good person. After he was divorced from Angelina Jolie, I found out news that he is like taking like a kind of refugee with Alia Shawkat. That well, it's she's his friend, but I mean maybe it's kind of in love of this girl, and well, I totally understand that he's trying to get a little bit distracted about the situation that he have lived with the two wives that he had before. But I mean, I'm started to think about what's happening right now with Brad Pitt, and I didn't found too much information, only the information that I'm giving right now to you, and obviously all the award winnings that he have, and that's a lot of kind of things that we already know about Brad Pitt. Made donations like 2 million toward the wildlife protection in Nambia in 2011, and he have made to well he have been on Forbes magazine, winning estimated that he had earned combined of 555 million since uh, 2004. So the divorce proceedings for their year two and marriage have been tricky, with the parts of their real estate portfolio still yet well development. So I mean he has spent a lot of money on that. Just all the salary that he have made. Pitt had just 7 minutes on screen time in Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon called classic, called Thelma and Louise in 1991. This movie gave Pitt his first big break, albeit with a rather small payday of just 6,000, according to Telegraph. So in 1995, Pitt earned 4 million for Seven, and in 1996 he earned 10 million for Sleepers. So according to Refinery 29, by the late of 1990s, Pitt's baseline paycheck was in the neighborhood for $7.5 million. And well, in his role at 1960s stuntman in Tarantino movie earned him his first Oscar winning for acting, but his upfront payday for the film was significantly lower than the typical 20 million. So Pitt plus in front of the blockbusters like the World of War Z, this can be attributed to differences in payment models. Brad Pitt is not just an actor, he's a director and a producer, and he produced an act in 2015 Oscar-winning film like The Big Short, which grossed over 133.3 million worldwide. So the same year, he has also produced an act in War Machine, which Netflix reportedly paid 60 millions to acquire. Also, Brad Pitt is currently the sole owner of Plan B, as he bought out Aniston's stake upon the divorce of 2005. The production company first movie was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which ultimately grossed a $500 million worldwide. So the company was also behind 2006, The Departed of 2010, Eat, Pray, Love, and in 2011 with the movie Moneyball. So more recently, Brad Pitt with Plan B would go on to produce a number of culturally significant films, including 20 Years a Slave, Shelma, Moonlight, It's Bell Street Could Talk, and The Last Black Man I in San Francisco. So while it's not unclear how much money Brad Pitt takes home as a producer, the Hollywood Reporter estimates the actors who crossed over into the production successfully to take home a decent chunk of change. So, for example, Adam Sandler earned 5 million to produce Grown Ups 2, a movie he also starred in. So, Brad Pitt was paid 20 million to start in Mr. and Mr. Smith, while he met ex-wife Julie. The power couple went on to monetize their relationship in a number of ways. They sold never-before screen photos of their growing family to media outlets, including some of the more expensive exclusive photos to date. After the birth of their twins, Knox and Vivian, in 2008, Pitt and Jolie sold photo rights of the Children of the People and Hello and magazine for $14 million, and they reportedly donated those earnings to charity. So that's why I was telling you all of these things before. So both were involved into multiple philanthropic projects, as I was telling you, even creating a joint foundation in 2006. Throughout the Jolie Pitt Foundation, the pair made donations including 1 million toward humanitarian efforts in Darfur in 2007 and winning 2 million toward wildlife protection in Nambia in 2011. And in 2016, when they pay announced for the split, Forbes estimated that he had earned combined into, as I told you, 555 million since 2004 for the divorce proceedings. So I think this is the most important information that I have to give you about uh, Brad Pitt. But also Jolie and Pitt have a messy custody battle on the top of the difficulty separating assets. They're stealing around over who gets the keep to French stable, albeit privately with a judge. So in Chateau Mirabeau at 1,200 acre estate in Correns, France. He has been part of the Jolie Pitt real estate portfolio in 2012, but he had reportedly rented to the property since 2008. So they bought the property for 67 million according to US Weekly. So it features 35 rooms and other non-residential spots like their chapel that their pair were married and a recording studio that Pink Floyd and Sting have used. So the property also includes a vineyard that specifically produces rose. So I mean, in this part of this news, I mean, who needs 35 rooms on his car? I know uh, all of this means like money and power, you know. So Pete and Julie brought in the parents, a French winemaking family known for their experience at Chateauneuf du Pape to produce the wine. So it's a 50-50 partnership according to the Telegraph. So as you can see in this part of the situation that I'm explaining to you, they're splitting some things, some business that Brad Pitt made with Angelina Jolie. So I think it's interesting to analyze all this information. Um, this business venture also undoubtedly earns Pitt a decent chunk of change. So in June of 2019, a single Magnum bottle of Miracle sold for nearly $3,000 at charity action. So according to Forbes, this rose is now widely sold as was even featured and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood premiered after party. So in addition to French Chateau, the Pitt and Jolie family enjoyed several of other homes around the world. So this means they have spent a lot of money in properties. Obviously, maybe they are renting these properties. Obviously, when I'm telling you that why you will need 35 rooms for yourself is because you are thinking in winning money because maybe the way that these actors are thinking is that I came to this world just to win money and to get power and to get what I need, you know. But obviously, the effort of the society around the world, it's obviously focused in this kind of amazing and extraordinary winnings of this kind of actor. So their home base was presumably the compound in Los Feliz, California, that Pitt brought into 1.7 million in 1994. He had reportedly spent years buying up adjacent property for added privacy in Los Angeles neighborhood. So, as you know, in this part, he have lived Brad Pitt in Los Angeles, so he's very worried about, as I can see, about his own privacy. I mean, maybe it's like pretty difficult to everybody wants to take photos of you, and well, I kind of understand him maybe. And well, the pair bought a mansion in New Orleans, a historic French Quarter, for 3.5 million. They were neighbors in Matthew McNaughey for a while until they listed the home for 6.5 millions in 2015. In 2007, they also purchased an apartment on Manhattan's Waldorf Astoria, known for its prime location and heavy security. So I think the person who was writing this kind of information that I'm reading for you was really paying a lot of attention of what is he paying, where are the properties. I don't know how they can get this kind of information, but I know that I understand that he's a pretty popular actor at Hollywood, but at least if someone knows where I'm living or who are my properties, I will feel like very worried and appointment. So the couple also reportedly purchased a home in Mallorca, Spain for 2.65 million in June on 2016. So the eight-bedroom home has views of Balearic Sea, and Pitt has also held other properties, including Beverly Hills Mansion. He once shared with ex-wife Aniston that is currently on the market for 44.5 millions and voucher paid in Malibu. So, well, I would not make the ad of all of this kind of information and millions of dollars that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie as a well, they're divorced now, but have made all of these properties. You know, it's like kind of amazing how the money is getting in just some hands. So, well, throughout the Jolie Pitt Foundation, Pitt had donated millions of dollars to various causes, personally donating part of movie deal earnings to the foundation on yearly basis. And well, according to the Daily Mail, in the foundation was worth 41 million in March of 2019. So, in addition to the Jolie Pitt Foundation, Pitt has also been involved into other philanthropic endeavors individually. So, he had found the Make It Right Foundation in 2007 to rebuild homes in New Orleans. So, well, that's a point added to Brad Pitt because he's doing with the money something. Following the hurricane of Katrina, I pretty good remember that hurricane. Throughout to the foundation, Pitt put 26 million toward building 1,009 homes. I mean, like putting 26 million for people that you don't even know. Well, that's a good expression from him. So the project was not without its pitfalls. Roaring at collapsing new homes led to lawsuit, and Pitt made a statement throughout the spokesperson to NBC about the debacle in 2019. I have made a promise to the folks of Lower Nile to help to rebuild it, and it promised in intent to help. So that was the words of Brad Pitt. And in the most recent development, Pitt and other financial directors asked the court to remove them from the lawsuit, but their request was denied by a judge in New Orleans in October 2019. So that's happening the last year. So he also co-founded a humanitarian assistance organization called Do Not On Our Watch with Ocean's 11 and castmates George Clooney, March Damon, and Don Cheadle. So the fund merged with an anti-war crime organization called the Sentry in 2019. So, well, that's what's happening now with all the information about Brad Pitt. So, those exclude spending time aboard to super yachts. The cost that 10,000 10,000 per week to rent a riding limited edition Ducati motorcycles. So well, he likes motorcycles like me. And while concluding this topic, he has also teamed up with upcycled brands like Breitling and Brioni, which outfit him in 700 €7,000 and 9,000 worth watches and tailored Italian suites that cost upwards 6,000 in exchange for his services as a brand spokesperson. So, well, finally concluding this all the information that I was giving to you, I think it's interesting, and while I have no words to say all the money that he have made, and well, I will give you the link on the description down there. So if you like this channel, please subscribe, like the channel, make your comments, whatever you want. You can see on my channel also a lot of videos made in Spanish that well, if you speak Spanish, well, you can enjoy. If you don't speak Spanish, I have other videos about sociology that are in English. um, Sometimes I get distracted in many different topics that have nothing to see to what we are living right now. But I that's the intention of this kind of videos, to you get a little bit distracted of what are you living, of what are you listening. So I'm not kind of those YouTubers that wants to make you laugh, wants to make you sing funny videos all the time. The intention of these videos is just to see me and what I'm speaking and what I'm trying to tell you. So paying attention always to the details, because they are very important for you to understand the purpose of my channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you in the next video. Goodbye.